we had to evacuate 2 residents from the floor above because of, like you said, the stairwell and escape routes were filled with smoke. So we had to evacuate a couple of and rescue a couple of residents with our escape hoods. And I must commend our crews for doing that, because they potentially saved some lives on the night.
The incident saw neighbours and bystanders braving the fire to help as well. One of those heroes, Kenneth Martinez, risked his own life as well to save another, of course, not a trained fire officer, but someone who felt like he needed to volunteer. He's very humble and he was reluctant to come out on camera, but I am grateful he allowed me to interview him earlier today because his story really is remarkable. So let's have a listen.
I saw the flame coming out through the balcony. I knew I had a big fire extinguisher, so I just got up to the car, got the fire extinguisher, and just ran up to the property. I saw a lady opening the door, so first of all I went with this lady. We knocked on all the doors on the first floor, just to let the neighbors know that there was a big fire. Nobody opened the door, so then I just went up to the next floor. I found myself with another man that I classify a big hero, because if it wasn't for him, I couldn't have done it myself. Then 2 police officers came. The bloke covered his face and he went in the house. The next minute I looked through the corridor where the house was on fire, and I saw him dragging a body. So I went in, he got one arm, I got the other arm, took him out of the corridor. Then the police lady, she grabbed him by the man on the floor by the legs, me by one arm, the other man by the other arm, and we managed to pull the man out of the block. I just want to say thank you as well to all the neighbors. They helped however they could, and I don't know his name, and I don't think I would be able to recognize it. But personally, for me, my hero was the other bloke that was in Arengo's garden with his head covered.
I spoke to Mr. Martinez on the night, and also to the gentleman that Mr. Martinez is referring to, which is Gil Lopez. I think their actions saved 2 people's lives. And not only that they saved 2 people's lives, but they were exposed to extreme danger on the night, and they themselves could have become casualties. So in essence, they've put the lives of others before theirs, and that has to be commended.
You mentioned at the beginning of the conversation that there was stairwells covered in smoke. People found it hard to evacuate because of that. And I found that concerning because from a fire safety perspective, this is quite a new building. That staircase should have had 120 minutes of protection from flames and smoke, but it didn't. And as part of the investigation with our colleagues in the RGP, what we found was that doors had been wedged open. So the door to the flat in fire was wedged open, and the door pretty much opposite that flat, which led onto the protected staircase, that was also wedged open. So consequently, all the smoke escaping the flat, or a lot of the smoke escaping the flat.
And that's the importance of fire safety doors.
That's right, and that's why, if there's a sign on the door saying fire door keep closed, then keep it closed. If there's a self-close on the door, it's designed for the door to be closed. Another thing we found was, speaking to residents, I spoke to 2 or 3 of them, and they all said the same thing. They said, we saw the smoke on the staircase, we panicked, we couldn't evacuate, we went back to the flat. What I found interesting about that was that the building had a second staircase, and the residents, talking to them, they said, I panicked and I forgot that there was a second staircase. So, it's really important to have a plan. So if things do go wrong, like they did on this night, you need to have the plan before it goes wrong, because when it happens, it's too late to start thinking about things.